Hey guys, it's Done for Games, and I've actually been away all weekend on a business trip, and I'm going away on Friday to a wedding in Chicago, so I've got very little time to work on videos this week. But luckily or unluckily for me, Square Enix made some pretty big announcements today in regards to Final Fantasy 15 and their plans for the future. So normally I'm not really like a, oh, what happened today kind of YouTuber, but this is some pretty interesting stuff. Now, if you didn't see it, they announced in a blog post today, or I guess yesterday for any of you that are watching this when it comes out, that they plan to continue making changes and updates to Final Fantasy 15 post-release. Free updates, not like DLC style, although those will come as well. The gist was basically that they've been listening to our complaints and suggestions, and they want to continue to make the game experience as perfect as possible, which is great. But some of these changes actually have me pretty concerned. So they talk about enriching certain aspects of the game, but specifically mention enhancements for Chapter 13, buffing ring magic, etc. Now, I haven't gotten to Chapter 13, I don't know what ring magic is, and I'm not sure why we're so concerned about it, but now I'm a little worried that Chapter 13 is gonna suck. In addition to that, they say they're hoping to delve deeper into the story, adding scenes that will give you new insight into character motivations, such as, and they mention specifically a character and why he does some of the things he did. Now again, I don't know what that character does yet because I haven't beaten the game, but also, wait, what? This isn't like a Game of the Year edition where they've seen a couple pain points that they want to adjust post-release. This is a few weeks after the game comes out, and they've already decided that certain aspects of the story need more fleshing out, and they plan to do so in an update coming in the future. This leaves me very concerned. I mean, I already feel, as soon as I read this, I felt like I was playing an incomplete version of the game, which isn't how I felt before. But now that I know that changes are coming that add actual story aspects, not just like at the end, the way that DLC missions can be played post completion of the game, but this is like a story, like a cutscene that might have happened in the middle. Coming from a person who like calls every person in the codec and Metal Gear Solid games at like every opportunity, so I don't dare miss a single little section of story, I'm like terrified that, you know, people that play a year from now are going to have a vastly different experience. I mean, I say vastly, but we don't know yet how big the changes are to what I'm playing. Imagine your favorite movie, and now imagine that they just removed a crucial scene that totally changes how you view some of those characters. Maybe it's a scene where a character talks with his dad or something, and it totally changes how he acts for the rest of the film. Without that scene, it might not make as much sense. And that's basically what they're doing here. They're trying to say, like, we're missing, we think, key aspects of the story that we'd like to introduce to kind of flesh out a couple of characters. I just can't help but be a little let down by this. I mean, Square Enix, I love you guys, and I love your games. But I really don't want to play the game if you yourselves are saying, we're not sure that it's really done. We want to do a few more things. I mean, to the story, like the story should be done. This isn't like we found some bugs, we have to fix them. This is like, apparently chapter 13 sucks. We want to make some changes to that. And yeah, some of these storylines just don't really make any sense. So we're going to be updating that and adding more to those. It just leaves me with kind of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, I almost didn't even want to play today because I'm like, do I even want to like keep going until all these updates come out? It just makes me feel like I'm playing an unfinished version of the game and sort of, I mean, I hate to say this, but like testing for them. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant with the story details, but that was a real bummer for me. In addition, they also mentioned that they're making certain key characters playable in the future. They're looking at that, and even considering the possibility of customizable avatars, whatever that means. They also mentioned features such as letting you carry over stats as from a previous playthrough, and adding items that introduce new playstyles such as low-level runs and God mode. So that sounds, you know, neat. I wouldn't mind that those are like tweaks to like, hey, we introduced like a God mode, I guess, at the end of the game. Or, I don't know what a low-level run is, but at the end they kind of briefly mentioned things that I would expect to see. Things like, oh, we're also examining readability tweaks, increasing font size for certain languages. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you sometimes see post-release, where like a lot of people are complaining like, hey, we can't really read this stuff, could you fix that? And they're like, let's look into that. Again, it's not that I'm upset that they're doing this stuff at all. I think all free updates and improvements are welcome, and like, thank you for continuing to support the game post-release. What I'm upset about is that we even feel that there was like opportunity for story enhancement that apparently isn't in the game when we bought it. This was already delayed a few months. I know that's not a ton of time, but if it had to be delayed further so that you guys could continue to perfect this game you've been working on for 10 years, why not just do it? There's only one first time that you've played through a game, and no matter what they do, if I play through it again or come back to get cutscenes that I apparently missed because they weren't in the game originally, like, that'll never be truly the same experience it could have been if I just had all of it there from the get-go. Anyways, I was just pretty shocked by that announcement and wanted to see what everybody else was thinking. I mean, this is totally separate from the DLC updates that they've already announced that include apparently a holiday pack. No idea what the hell that is. A booster pack. Tentative names are all these are tentative names. But the next three, the Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompta. Gladio. I don't think Gladiolus? I've never actually said his full name. That's weird. Anyways, the three, your buddies, they all have separate episodes, and then an expansion pack, Comrades, which I believe is the multiplayer DLC that I've heard a couple people mention. I didn't know about that until the other day. Anyways, this talk about free updates to the story have already got me a little bummed, even in about the DLC that's coming out. Normally, I kind of just let DLC happen. I'm like, that sucks, but it's a business model that works. But 3 of these are episodes about the characters that form the core of the game, and I'm kind of surprised that those are DLC and not like a core aspect, because this whole game is about building on that relationship of those friendships, and apparently 3 significant storylines about that are extra DLC. I don't know, I'm just a little pissed and a little let down hearing all this stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I totally out of line? Do you guys just not care? Is it not really a big deal? I have really been enjoying the game. It's why it's so frustrating, because I feel like now my experience is like tainted. But again, let me know what you guys think, because I'm really interested to see if I'm just looking at this the wrong way, and maybe I'm a little tired from being on the plane so much lately. But like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you're new. I've got plenty of videos coming each week, and I really hope to see you guys back. So thanks for watching.
Maybe this way? Rock and roll!